Man, I've been struggling with this for most of my life. What up, homies, homettes? This is your boy, Kevin Yee the Farm D, aka Kevin the Refugee. First thing, before we start off today, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button, and last, most important thing, sign up for my email list. That's how we stay connected, and you get a one-on-one personal time with me. Alright, on to the video. So, I'm not gonna lie, recently, I've been feeling a lot of doubt, ever since I sort of took a break from pharmacy and I'm trying to do my own thing with either high ticket closing and building Refugee Hustle. I've been pretty overwhelmed, to be honest with you. It's so crazy. So I don't think I've ever told you guys that, or maybe I've never really said it in my videos, but over the last 5 years, I've probably spent about $40,000 on like books, courses, equipment, just trying to do different things in life. It gets kind of discouraging sometimes because you think that there's this great idea, and then every single time, like, there's something that holds you back. For the longest time, I didn't really realize it. This is my typical pattern. So I hustle hella hard in the beginning, right? I hustle harder than most people. Then when shit starts to get real, I start to get all these like insecurities or bitch butterflies, like simple pickups as things get real, like I start having all this doubt. And no lie, it actually really reminded me about my relationship with my dad, my father, who's gone now. It's tough. Anybody who's grown up in an Asian like family, this happens a lot. It's where like no matter what you do, nothing's ever enough. I notice these own internal voices in my head are just like, hey Kevin, you can't do this. Like, dude, this is so hard. You should just quit now. Stuff like that. So much of bullshit in your head. When you're doing new things, it's scary. I mean, you have to do things that you're not comfortable with. I mean, of course, it's always easier to just quit. Fell in this pattern so many times. When I was trying to create my course, I always told myself, oh, I'm not good enough. This isn't good enough to do. When I do my merch, I have the logo and everything. I'm like, yes, it looks sick, but it's not quite ready to launch. And this is what people call the fear of success. The fear of success is when you are trying to perfect everything, or you self-sabotage yourself at the very last moment. And now I realize why mindset is so freaking important. It's so important when you're either starting off a business or doing anything new, or even being a top performer for like jujitsu or anything like that. If you have the fear of success, the only thing that is stopping you from achieving greatness or getting what you actually want is yourself. A lot of people think, oh, it's a fear of failure. But here's the thing. We all know what it feels like to fucking fail.
Why are people afraid of success? Because it's the unknown. You see, people know how to struggle. They know what it's like to struggle because they've been struggling their whole lives. I
know what it's like. I know what it's like getting on academic warning. I know what it's like to lose your job. I know what it's like to lose your dad. I know what it's like to be a failure in life. And I have to say, sometimes it just feels more comfortable staying with what you know. But the fear of success is just like, it's a very real thing, and I know it might not sound like, it sounds like hella crazy. Why would you self-sabotage yourself if you really want this? But especially with Asian parents, and not even Asian parents, if you grow up in the Asian community, which is very competitive, it's always like, hey, you're never enough. Like, being humble, I think is important sometimes, but it also teaches you, like, subconsciously to never celebrate your wins. And that's a huge problem. Really, ultimately, it comes down to self-confidence. And it's kind of funny, like, as I'm talking, I'm thinking about all the courses, like all the money I spent on these courses and all that. Sometimes like the same problem comes up over and over again. Less frequently, which is a lot better than before. Like, I used to think this all the time, but yeah, the other day I was just struggling with it so much, and I had this like really heavy heart on, I believe, Friday or something. I mean, I noticed I wasn't taking as much action, like I wasn't going on these practice sales calls, and for my videos, I wasn't editing them, and I felt this reluctance to actually write for my email list, which I haven't written in 3 weeks. I was holding myself back just because I've been going through a stumbling block. Like, yo, the last blog was so damn perfect. How do I beat this shit? I gotta think of the perfect thing. So it happens to me all the time. The other day, I actually went on to my group, shout out to my HTC fam by Dan Locke. But, I just went on the group and I was just like, yo, I have something to talk to you about. It's been sitting really heavy on my heart and I don't even know where to begin to talk about it. And I just said whatever. I don't even remember what I said, but I was like tearing up like crazy. My boy Andrew, really good guy. There's a lot of people listening to my story and shit. It was so crazy. But I wish I took a screenshot of it, but I forgot. What I realized after that call is like, these things might stop us, but we can always make a decision to take action. And sometimes action isn't necessarily working on the business. Sometimes action can mean getting help from people, reaching out to someone that you care and trust about. So reaching out to someone that you feel comfortable with and just sharing what you're going through and trying to get help to get past this mental bullshit sometimes. Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it happens. It happens to everyone. Some days I feel fucking confident. I feel like I have conviction with my life. There's no doubt that I want to succeed. Other days, oh Kevin, I don't know if you can do this, man. Kevin, you gotta perfect this before you move on. And what I realized was that action is the biggest fuck you to that. So my group, they're like, hey, make the decision, man. Do you want to make your life better today or not? I was like, yeah, I do. I'm making the decision to just take action with my life whenever I feel this real shitty moment. And as I was crying, one of the guys was like, hey, you want to do a practice sales call? I was like, damn, yeah, let's do it. So yeah, man, I have a really great group. Seriously, that's why your environment is so damn important. It's definitely changed my life, and I think I'm definitely on the road to success. I really feel it. It's just around the corner. Yeah, but guys, I just want to really share to you today that, hey, no one's perfect. Everybody actually goes through this. Even the most successful people. The only difference is they always take action, and this self-doubt happens less and less. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Tell me about your mother struggles. Feel free to reach out to me if you are struggling. And as anyways, guys, love you, fam. Take care. Keep on hustling. Peace.
Huh.